evening, everyone. Welcome to Rotor Talk Live, Season 6, Episode 21. Wow, 21. DJI Matrice 350 announced. I hope everyone is doing well this evening. We're going to do an update on how I'm doing, and we'll go over that here in a minute. Just want to greet some people here. Drone Shots is here. Jay Bird's here. USA Drone Flyer. Leonard Oglesby, Flying Flynn Media. Sergeant Rock, Akarasho. Let's see who else we got. I think I met Fly Guy Merrill is here. Russell is here. Silver Surfer is here. Welcome. All right. Just want to let you know for the next few weeks, these shows are going to be of a shorter nature. They won't be a full hour, more than likely about a half hour. And it's just simply due to my physical capabilities right now. And we're gonna get into that in a minute. I actually have three things to talk about tonight. Have several things. The first thing that I want to share with you, let me go ahead and get this up here. So many apps come out, and I could spend a whole show about apps that come out, drone apps that come out all the time. But I thought we'd pay attention to this one because it's a drone tracking app, and it's called Air Sentinel, and it's hit the Google Play Store. All right. Another drone tracking app hit the market, Air Sentinel, an app that allows you to detect drones flying near you, broadcasting remote ID signals, is now available for download on the Google Play Store. Remote ID is a feature that let you know what remote ID is. Most drone operators in the U.S. airspace are required to have remote ID by law. A drone can either have remote ID capabilities built in or can be outfitted with an external device to ensure compliance. And we're going to talk about that in a second as well. That's the second thing we're going to talk about. The Air Sentinel app, a product of the aerospace intelligence company Air Sentinel.ai, promises users critical information related to detecting drones, including digital license plate, location, and flight path. According to Alan Erickson, the primary objective of the app is to democratize airspace security. With the launch of the Air Sentinel app on Google Play, we are taking a giant leap in that direction. It just works. Admittedly, the app's focus is to give people the tools to monitor and manage their airspace. Private companies can greatly benefit from our app by safeguarding their premises from unwanted drone intrusions, protecting intellectual property, and ensuring security of their operations. Public safety organizations and cities can also use the app to monitor and control drone activities in their jurisdictions, enhancing security and minimizing potential threats. It helps the app doesn't reveal specific pilot locations to unauthorized users, and authorized user accounts at present are free only for government entities. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else. Okay. That's about it. So that's this app in a nutshell. What it says right there, the app doesn't reveal specific pilot locations to unauthorized users. So, you can sign up, but I don't know what it's like. I didn't do it. Obviously, it's a little difficult for me to do a lot of maneuvering even with smartphones right now. So, and I'm going to show you how I'm set up here. This is going to be real interesting here in a minute. Let's see who else is here. Catskills Brad, Captain Ray is here. Waypoint New England is here. Welcome, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Art is here. Welcome, Art. Good to see you guys tonight. Okay. We're going to go over the second article here, and it really does fall in line with this, which I thought was very interesting here. So let's go ahead. Let me go ahead and pull that up. Now, in a wink to nearing FAA rule, Dronetag offers BS remote ID device. Czech UAV tech startup Dronetag is helping pilots in the U.S. stay regulation compliant. It's the new device is Dronetag BS remote ID. Unveiled last week during Exponential 2023 in Colorado, Dronetag BS will become available on Monday, this past Monday, for one-day pre-order, reduced price of $49 before rising to what will be its habitual $89. Company says the ultra-compact device will permit drone operators to easily upgrade their craft to become instantly compliant with the FAA remote ID rules that take effect September 16th. Of course, most newer drones have been or will be delivered with remote ID tech aboard, but users of most older UAVs will need to install solutions by third-party solution producers like Dronetag. In an effort to alleviate the frustration and financial pain of pilots having to upgrade, Dronetag is introducing the remote ID BS for reduced price this Monday, which just happened, which was yesterday. But it'll be available as well as later for $89. Can be made at shop dronetag.cz at the landing page. In addition to enabling real-time tracking and remote identification under the FAA rule, the purchase of Dronetag BS, which weighs just the 0.105 ounce antennas included, will give buyers access to startup's multi-platform mobile app. That will allow users to check nearby airspaces, plan missions, browse real-time flight data, inspect other airborne drones, and stay notified about this. Okay. Here's some of the points of this: easy installation and compatibility with various aircraft hardware setups, real-time tracking and remote ID compliant with the FAA rule, powered from the existing aircraft or a small LiPo battery up to 17 volts input, configuration and firmware updates via Dronetag app, can be used as GNSS input to beta flight controller, can be used as telemetry module for popular RC radios, flight information logging to flash memory for easy visualization in the Dronetag app. Google Earth is similar, just 0.105 ounce weight, including Bluetooth and GNSS antenna, size 0.66 by 0.55 by 0.19. Okay. So there we go with all of that. So Michael Wright is here. Welcome, Michael. Good to see you tonight. Okay. So that's the skinny on this. And the reason I want to cover this is, it's important, because let's say, for example, a Spark or the original DJI Mavic Pro, they're, and I haven't seen anything on the Phantom series. If you want to continue to fly those and be legal, you're going to need to get a device such as this. And this looks to be very cost effective. We'll see how that all works out. And of course, whenever we see product introductions, we'd like to see some videos with it, but that I'm sure these videos will come. I'm sure we will see them. So I just want to let you guys know about that. Just want to go there. Okay, that was the Air Sentinel app. All right. DJI Air 3. Okay. Did we think we would ever get to this point right here? Well, we're here at this point because we're starting to see some rumors. Okay. Now, before I show you these pictures, and you've probably seen them before, one of the things I want to let you know, kind of a precursor to any time like this, is when you see the previous models on sale. Well, lo and behold, the DJI Air 2S is currently on sale right now. I believe it's still on Amazon and still on DJI, and it's an incredible price. And if you wanted to pull the trigger on an Air 2S, I would do that. I would absolutely do that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and let's bring up these. This is from Igor Bogdanov, okay, which is unusual in and of itself because we normally, get them from Deals Drone or C-Lev. Okay, now this first picture here, according to unconfirmed reports, the DJI Air 3 is expected to be released in late June or early July 2023. 1-inch sensor, 3 times 1 over 1.3 inch or 7.5-inch telephoto lens, add 4 gram, 30-minute flight time. The photo is most likely a fake, but who knows? Someone has tightened the control, and I'll go ahead and bring that up there like that. And again, all this is out on Bill the Drone Reviewer Facebook group out on Facebook, so you're welcome to see that. Yes, unfortunately, it's a fake photo of lesser quality in this one, and somebody put this photo together, which is rather interesting because there's a large gap between the camera and the top of the drone right here, but you can see the sensors, and it looks like the way the sensors are in the Air 2S right now. So this is kind of to be determined here. But like I said, one of the things that you normally see when something like this comes out is that this item is on, that its predecessor is on sale. Don't really pay attention to this kind of because it's just a total mock-up. Somebody did this, in Photoshop and try to put something to cobble something together, and it really is. Let's just say it's not very good. Okay. Now, they did talk about a 1-inch sensor. These are just rumors here. 3 times 1 1/3 inch or 7.5-inch telephoto lens, 30 minutes in flight time. Okay. Now, again, this is just complete rumors. And, my speculation is, and I know when I've talked with Ron and Marcus and others, we want to hit a good price point on this. Okay. My guess on this, as far as the price point is concerned, and again, this is just an educated guess, and DJI has gone all over the place on stuff, just absolutely all over the place. One of the things I'll say on that is I think it's going to be just over $1,000. I don't think it's going to be too far off $1,000. Again, one of the things that I have to say about that is that's a base package. That's not a fly more combo. Fly more combo is going to run you more, at least $250, $300 more. You get it completely. You get batteries, charging base, some extra props, but you get that useless case. And I do call it a useless case because everyone I've had has been absolutely, completely useless to me. So that's just a guesstimate. Now, they talked about here, also in terms of late June or early July 2023. Who knows? Because there has absolutely been nothing on the radar. Nothing has come up. Absolutely nothing has come up until we've got this right here. So this is something, we're going to pay attention to this, see what goes on with this. One of the other things I want to caution everybody is, we used to be able to see things well ahead of time when a company such as DJI applied for and got their FCC, approval, and it hit the FCC database. Well, from my understanding right now is what's happening with that is one of the things I can say is that that's not going to happen anymore. From what I've heard, it's not going, that FCC release on the database is going to hit the same day that the drone hits. So that's just kind of the way it is. Okay. Flyzone Drone says, I got some of the real league picks. Okay. Yeah. Email them to me, Flyzone, buildadronereviewer@gmail.com. And I'll get them out there. Just make sure you have a source for those leaked photos. Cause I don't put anything out there without a source, just to let you know that. Okay. So we'll see. Greg Pittman, welcome. Glad to see you're here tonight as well too. So this is stay tuned to this. There's going to be much more on this because again, I will also say this, and I know you've heard me say this before. These leaks don't happen in a vacuum. In other words, there is some of a blessing on DJI's part to get these leaks out there. And again, obviously that first photo that you see, the one on the top, is Photoshop. The other one, probably not so much, but who knows if that's an actual, that could be a pre-production model. That could be another mock-up. Who knows? But we'll see. Stay tuned to Build a Drone Reviewer for all the latest on this. We're going to follow this to when it gets released. But if it is what they did say here, late June or early July, that's around the corner. That's not too far away. So that's what we have on that. All right. Now we're going to do an update on Bill, and I'm going to stop sharing the screen here. All right. First things first. All right. Let's get rid of that. Okay. This is still very well alive and active. I've had this on for over a week. One of the things that I purchased, you can kind of tell, it's an armrest. Okay. And I'm laying it down on the desk here. So because to keep my, I was told by the doctor to keep my arm elevated, and that's exactly what I'm doing. To describe things in a little bit more detail is the third metacarpal bone. It's the bone. It runs right in the middle of your hand, and where it broke was not on the top, but they had to do a lateral view. Okay, and on the lateral view, a lot of that bone is broken. It's kind of split because what I did was, when I was falling, normally your reaction is if your hands are free, you're gonna do it like this. And more often than not, you don't break your hand, you probably break your wrist on something like that. Okay. Well, because I had bags of tea in my hand, I couldn't use my hands to help brace my fall. So I fell like this. So it took a pretty good weight. Now this Thursday, early in the morning, I have an appointment with an orthopedic doctor here, a great orthopedic group. We have one of the better orthopedic groups, I would say, probably even in the country right here. And very fortunately, it's not far from where I live. The first appointment had to be rescheduled because the doctor had a family emergency. And Valerie took off that day because it was going to be in downtown Tampa, and that we don't drive like this. Okay, that don't happen. And I was going to need her to do that, but I'm going to get help this Thursday. We'll get there. One of the things we're going to determine is obviously they can take X-rays in the cast, and what they'll do is after they take the X-ray, the doctor's going to see on how it progresses. Now, this is a hard up on top here. It's all hard. Okay. And, one of the things they told me to watch out, I can obviously move my thumb and wiggle my fingers a little bit, but they wanted it to be hard up there. And they had to, he shaped it. And as he wanted to get the bone to where it would start to heal. Okay. And we're going to do another set of X-rays on Thursday morning when I'm at the doctor's to see the progress on it. And I'm, saying some prayers, crossing my fingers and toes, and accepting all the good wishes and prayers from all you guys that I'm not going to have surgery. Because if I have to have surgery right now, from what I heard, what the physician's assistant told me was it's about 4 to 6 weeks if you don't need surgery. If you need surgery, it's probably going to be about 8 weeks. So yeah. So that's where things stand on that. You can see my head, my scratches have healed up pretty nicely, although I got a little bit of a residual one up there. My neck's a little stiff, but I'm going to talk about it to the doctor, but I really think I'm almost 65 years old. I have degenerative disc disease. So what else is new? And it's in my back too. So my neck gets a little stiff at times, but what you see behind me also too is where I've been sleeping because I need to keep my arm and hand elevated. That's not how I sleep. I have them in the middle of the couch there so I can keep my arm elevated. I don't use the cushion that I'm using now. I use those pillows at night. And unfortunately, because some of the supplements I've been taking some extra calcium and some other things at night. And from what I'm reading, it kind of can produce some insomnia. I had 2 hours of sleep last night. So that's what that is. Also too, okay, guys, no drone flying. Okay. You need 2 hands. I know a lot of you have wished me well and had some great comments. But it's not going to happen. Okay. I need 2 hands on a controller. That's how that's all going to happen here. So thank you, Ray. I really appreciate that. So no, there's no flying for at least another 4 to 6 weeks. And that's also now what I told you last week. And I want to bring that out there. I did send the Mavic 3 Pro back because, at this point, I won't touch it for at least for another 4, 6, or maybe 8 weeks. And I don't want it sitting there. So I sent it back. We'll re-explore all that, when I get healthy here, as far as that's concerned. And another thing that you find out, and I still have something else we're going to talk about here in a minute. But another thing you find out during this time is how dependent you are. And when you have just one free hand, everything is a challenge. I mean, literally everything. And what I ended up doing was I ended up buying athletic shorts with the elastic waistband so I can pull them on and off instead of like regular shorts with a belt, because that don't work. Okay. Now that works real well with one hand. You can do that. The other challenge I have in the evening is taking a shower. Well, one of the things we've done is, and I'm going to go out to Amazon and buy one of they call them a shower sleeve to protect this, because it really in essence is a cast. We've been using garbage bags until I ordered one, but didn't work real well. We're going to get another one. And one of the things when you do with that is you dry it off before you take it off the arm. Valerie has been instrumental in helping me get showers in the evening obviously I want her there because I don't want to have any slips or falls or anything. So she's keeping an eagle eye on me, and overall she has just been doing incredible amount of stuff for me. Things that I normally can do, I just really can't right now, or it's a lot slower. I am working from home, but as I told my coworkers, don't expect the messages to come back real fast because I'm one-handed here, and my wrist gets a little sore by this time of the day because I've been using using the mouse. So, oh, the other thing is I found my big toe on my left foot. I know I'm giving you all this wonderful information here, guys. Anyway, my big toe on my left foot and the little toe, they were black and blue the other day. They're the toe next to it's fine. The other one still has a little stripe through it, and it's kind of swollen down there. So I'm going to ask about that. I don't know if they'll do anything on Thursday, because I think when you see an orthopedic doctor, you see a specialist. I'm going to be seeing a hand specialist, so they may refer me for another appointment for that. But I do want to eventually get that looked at, and I've been having to navigate everything. And like I said, guys, I'm so thankful for my wife. She is a real partner, a real trooper, and it's just been nothing but a real help and a real blessing to me. Okay. All right. We're done with bill update. Okay. All right. You may have heard by now the DJI Matrice 350 has made its debut. So let's go ahead and take a look at this here. DJI releases Matrice 350, a long-awaited upgrade to the company's enterprise lineup. Okay. Following last-minute leaks, DJI announced on Thursday a release of its latest flagship enterprise drone with upgrades across the board. The Matrice 350 RTK. Last year, we saw the release of DJI's M30 drone, a midpoint between the Mavic Enterprise series of drones and full-scale M300, okay? Now, many of those systems will come with the M350 RTK drone, okay? M350 RTK biggest upgrades, IP55 weather rating, O3 enterprise transmission, 1080p view at 20 kilometers, DJI RC Plus is standard, night vision FPV cameras. DJI settled on the new DJI RC Plus as a new controller for all of its large enterprise and professional series drones. Last month, we saw DJI release the Inspire 3, closest thing we've seen to a consumer drone supporting a sizable controller. The RC Plus boasts a 7-inch touchscreen, an IP54 weather rating, a hot swappable battery, and 6 customizable macro buttons. After holding it at DJI's Air conference last year, it looked to be one of the better feeling controllers to hold. Not sure if that's because it's so big and fantastic looking, or that you feel awesome by just holding it. Let's move on there. Okay. The night vision FPV cameras, it has that too. FPV cameras allow the ability to see what's in front of the M350 RTK while it's flying, using the secondary or payload camera to focus on the action. As a result, the M350 is now prepared for better operation at all hours of the day and night and all weather conditions. Some other creature comforts to the M350 are sensors in the arms can detect whether or not they're correctly locked. Let's move down here. Finally, one of the features that makes the M300 great for enterprise and public safety works was to support multiple payloads. The M350 will continue to support up to 3 payloads, 2 below and 1 above during flight, as long as the total weight is below the 2.7 kilogram payload capability. The M350 will also keep backwards compatibility with M300 payloads, which is unsurprising, as this isn't a complete series upgrade. So if you already invested in the M300, there won't be too much of a difference when switching to the M350. And of course, the M350 supports RTK positioning, a must-have for any enterprise product. Okay. Wow, this is a game changer for enterprise drones here, guys. Okay. It really is going to make a difference here. The capabilities of this drone will be unparalleled. Now, I didn't see any price on this yet, so I'm kind of intrigued on what that may be. But a lot of 3 states right now are saying no to DJI drones for public service, which is a real shame, because these are life-saving drones. They really have a great set of features, and as you can see, it's truly an all-weather. It's a 24/7 drone. Compliant all weather, have that night vision FPV camera. That is a first. And one of the big reasons why I cover it here on Build a Drone Reviewer is so many times I've said, and we've seen how that technology will trickle down from those drones, okay, down to the consumer level drones, okay, because a lot of the sensing systems that we see, like on the Mavic 3 Pro and on the Air 2S and even on the Mini 3 Pro, these have been created in advance before on some of these bigger drones, and we're just seeing them down in the other level of drones, which is fantastic. I think that's great. I think it's a win-win for everybody. I think everybody wins with something like this, because when that happens, we can see it in action. And I would say this, watch a few videos on this. DJI has some videos out there already, but when some other people do some testing of this, take a look at them, watch them, see what this does. Yeah, it's not going to be a drone that any of us are going to own, but like I said, you get an idea of the capabilities of what some of these drones are like, and also you get an idea of what it's going, what we could possibly see in the future as far as consumer drones are concerned. So stay tuned for something like this. This looks to be an exciting development. With RTK, it's going to have centimeter level positioning. I know that is absolutely incredible as far as engineering companies are concerned. So stay tuned for that. That's gonna be coming here. Yeah, it is and it isn't, because recovery one drone. Thank you for the comment. It is and it isn't in a way. Um, you know, any kind of an improvement, even though even an incremental one, is I think is important, and I think it's important that we understand that DJI makes these systems so they can be improved, and I think that's a key right there. And the compatibility, going to the M300 with the M350, I think is a great thing too. So all in all, it's not a total wash. I don't see a lot of organizations, selling, unless they have deep pockets, selling their 300s and getting 350s. Maybe some might, who knows. But like I said, I'm always jury's out for me until I see some actual videos on this and see what it's like and see how things are going. So stay tuned for this. I think we're gonna see a lot coming up on this. It looks to be real interesting. Um, that's all that I have for tonight. One of the things, like I told you, I'm kind of limited with this. I have to take some, I got to take some medicine shortly. Um, you know, some, some Advil and some other things, and some, I don't want to take too many supplements at this time of night because I want to be able to get to sleep. I had some bad insomnia the past couple of nights, so I'm really hoping that I can get a good night's sleep with all this. But I want to thank you guys for bearing with me. One of the things that I am going to do, obviously, I can't go out and fly, but I have some archival footage, some footage that I haven't used, that I'm gonna put together some videos for you guys to enjoy. So stay tuned for that. Just to let you guys know, right now I am using my brand new Samsung 49-inch curved monitor, which is a godsend. I'm also talking to you directly from my new HP Omen 17-inch laptop that I have on a stand. It has an incredible refresh rate on it, and the Samsung Neo 49-inch has the same refresh rate, but I had to have a special cable and put that in. And obviously that happened. I got the cable. Yeah. So that's on hold for another 4 more weeks. But I'm excited about that. It gives me a lot more workspace right here. And it's incredible. I've been running DaVinci Resolve on this new computer, and it is super fast. Very, very pleased with this computer. So I'm looking forward to using it and getting a lot out of it. So like I said, there will be some videos coming out, and remember, it's slow for me because I only have one hand. So I'm going to try to get a video out probably in the next few days. Put some things together and try to do that the next few weeks. Try to get a video out so you guys can do that. And that's one of the things. The weather had finally turned. I was getting ready to go out. It was Mother's Day, and we were heading over to my mother-in-law's when this happened. So, and we're going to reschedule our trip to Ohio. Hopefully, if I don't have surgery, we can reschedule it for July. And also after I get the cast off, I'm going to have some physical therapy because I'm going to have to learn how to use that hand and wrist and all that kind of good stuff again. Because this is crunched up. Like I said, you can see me wiggling my fingers, but there's not a whole lot more than that. So, but I want to thank everybody for stopping by tonight. Thank you. Fly Guy Merrill, thanks so much. Appreciate that. Appreciate all you guys. Make sure on the way out, hit that thumbs up. I don't want to say that it takes some effort, but getting them on when you're like this, it does take some effort, guys. So I really would appreciate that thumbs up and a nice comment or two. I'm also planning on trying to have a giveaway coming up in June sometime. So stay tuned for that. We're going to have some fun. It'll be some nice. It'll mostly be swag, but I want to tell you in advance. But nobody that has gotten a Build a Drone Reviewer coffee mug has ever complained about it. Okay, and I've given away a lot of those. So stay tuned for all that. Again, thank you guys so much for stopping by tonight. Really appreciate it. And as always, guys, it's a great day to fly. Take care, and we'll see you soon.